On that note,
now we're gonna eat it like Brendan Fraser, right?
Yeah.
All right, hello and welcome to
Corey's
Real
looking
Discussion,
like
not
the
just
world right now.
another movie review podcast on the internet, but the best movie review podcast on the internet. We are here today to talk about The Whale. So spoiler alerts for The Whale.
And
today,
act it out. We're stuffing our faces.
Corey, we're having a serious discussion about The Whale as someone requested.
so
Is
this
it
is
because my health has gotten out of hand?
so this was actually an April Fool's trick on Chris Ferguson. So we're actually here to review D&D, the new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
It was a very
That's a
good
lie.
movie, honestly.
No, that's a lie. We are absolutely doing The Whale, and I will now explain The Whale.
The Whale. You mean the documentary about
Show me
Corey's
your
future?
Oscar. Hey, show me.
About Corey's life.
Show
the
me
new
your
documentary.
Oscar-worthy reenactment of the eating scene. Let's see who can do a better Brendan Fraser.
Yes, let's
I'm
see. Let's
I'm
see who
not-
can reenact the scene better, as we have no video of this.
I'm not doing it. That was pretty
Corey,
successful.
Corey, that was excellent job.
By the way,
you should have been an actor with an Oscar win.
we should
Thank you. You nominate me actually in the comments.
we should probably introduce ourselves. I'm Chris.
I am Damien, and I was forced to watch this terrible movie.
It was not.
Thank you, Corey. I guess.
I'm Darren Aronofsky, the writer and director of The Whale.
Aren't you supposed to be in
And
jail right
I'm
now?
Zuli.
Shit.
Zuli. Just Zuli.
No, it's The Blade.
The
So,
Blade.
Zuli the Blade. Yeah.
A quick overview of The Whale, because this is the first film we have done that
This
is a
is-
standalone, not part of a franchise.
This is the sequel to The Mummy, right? Like after he beats the mummy, then he has nothing to live for, so he eats all the time and gets really fat and becomes a homosexual. Is that correct?
That's how I remember.
No, because he would not have left the woman from the mummy. There's no way. There is no way.
Well,
Have
we
you seen
saw
her?
his wife in the film. He obviously divorced her.
She got old, bro.
Hey, y'all remember the Scorpion King?
Okay, so about this movie.
This was Brendan Fraser's big return to acting. He won an Oscar for it for Best Actor.
This man could act.
Fun fact, this movie does not have a big cast. There's exactly 7 actors in this movie. One of them you never even see.
Hey, are you talking about Pizza Man Dan? Because you
Yes.
do see him.
No,
One
you do
scene.
see him
Don't you
for
see
a
him
little
run
bit.
away?
Long enough not to care.
And I'm the one that
That scene was gripping, bro, because it was his last friend.
sounds to
He
me
betrayed
like
him.
somebody else read the movie on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
To be fair, this movie is really dark, so I probably just couldn't see him.
Yeah, that's what happens when you bootleg.
Fuck.
No,
I
it's done like
watched
that
it
on
for real.
purpose. It's done to be that dark on purpose, and he meant to put the movie in 4:3 aspect
Dude, if this
ratio.
is acting, I love it.
We didn't know that while watching it. We thought our
TV
device
was
was just not working.
I wish we had a camera right now because Corey is really going to town on this piece of chicken like he has never eaten before.
It's acting, Damien. Have
And
you
I-
never?
and I know
have
for
you
a
never
fact-
seen a gosh dang movie?
I know
before?
for a fact he just ate an entire bucket of popcorn at fucking Dungeons and Dragons that we just
Dude.
watched for 2 fucking hours. of my
Damien, this
life.
is acting. This is what won him an Oscar, and that's my dream. It's
So-
to win an
To win
Oscar.
That's your mystery.
I will say this movie was any like financer's dream. It had an extremely small budget. Can anyone care to guess?
$3
No, I would like to know it though.
$3 million.
Damien's correct. The budget was $3 million. The box office on it was $53.1 million.
Who knew
That's
Bones had such flavor?
That's pretty good.
Crazy part is Fraser himself got paid $12 million for this.
Hmm.
So most of that had to have come from box office returns.
Bro,
He
I already
made
look
3
like that.
times
They
the
didn't even have to
budget.
pay me that. They could give me $100. They just let me eat the actual food in the film.
So wait, the
That would've
budget
been-
was $3 million, but he made
That's it.
$12 million?
Well, okay.
Something's not adding.
Oh,
No.
They probably paid him afterwards.
Yeah.
They were like,
It was
yeah.
Because higher...
That's homeschool math right there, right, Corey?
That's it. It adds up to me.
No, I guarantee in his contract it said he got part of the box office returns, and that's how he got the $12 million.
Franklin's an honor student. Let's ask him about math.
Who's Franklin?
Some ghost.
So I guarantee most of the $12 million came from box office returns for
Yeah.
him.
So we got like a fourth of the money
Yeah.
that it made.
He got 3 times the
Big
budget of the
return.
movie, which is
That's
crazy
big return.
itself.
So, I guess let's hear what everyone thought of the film before.
Oh
we
no
start
no no
discussing.
no 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 Corey, that's not how we do
No,
it.
no,
We
no,
go
we're-
scene by scene.
we're-
Corey,
Well,
no, everyone
Corey.
else shut up. Everyone else shut up. Corey, explain what happens in the opening of this movie.
Dude, so first off, I want to say The Whale is an excellent story, well told, and it is certainly worth the price of a cinema ticket to see it.
Okay.
That's not what I asked. What
Listen,
happens in
so
the opening scene?
So the opening scene was...
No, I need to hear Corey explain it.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, okay. In a town in Idaho, Charlie, a reclusive and unhealthy English teacher, hides out in his flat and eats his way to death. He is desperate to reconnect with his teenage daughter for a last chance at redemption.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're very confused. Corey, what else does he do other than eating that triggers his first heart attack in the movie?
I'm running out of reviews.
What triggers his first heart attack, Corey?
The film stars Brendan Fraser, Sadie Sink, and Hong Chow.
Sadie Sing's cute as fuck.
That
too,
just
by the
sounds
way.
racist.
All right, so the
Sadie-
first scene is Brendan Fraser.
I could relate.
We know.
masturbating
Yes,
to
you're a fat
gay
homosexual.
porn.
We know, Corey. Corey, as a
Not that it's an issue.
Hey, just because you're mad that I would survive a Scream film doesn't mean you have to attack me like that.
Corey, as a fat homosexual man that you are, how do you feel that they didn't make it legit? Like they didn't get an actual fat homosexual man to play the part?
So I'm a little upset because y'all just watched me eat this KFC. So I definitely could have played that part.
You're almost there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm already dedicated. Like, I mean, let's be honest. The reason I've gained all this weight was for a movie.
I think you still got grease.
Go ahead
on
and
your
ask
lips.
me. I do. Ask me what movie I gained this weight for.
What?
What?
Which gay porno did you gain this weight for, Corey?
Well, not any movie in specific. I just think every movie needs a big fat guy. That's Norm Macdonald.
They really don't.
The nose karate.
I love it.
A big gay
But,
fat guy that knows
Yeah, so
karate.
the opening scene, especially if you just went into it pretty blind like I did, I think will take a lot of people off.
I'm pretty sure everybody did.
Yeah, I was like, well, honestly, yeah, I was like, it was, just
It was
kinda
pretty
crazy.
shocking. It was very bold and intro.
It was so true
I was
to
confused.
just to honestly, to be frank, a sinner. He was masturbating and he almost had a heart attack, and it was to gay porn. And like growing up, I've heard about that.
True,
Like,
true.
I've heard that can happen.
Corey, no, almost. He had a heart attack.
Oh,
True to Holly weird fashion,
yeah.
he had to be a gay fat guy.
Well, you know what? Honestly, like I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I think I'm more open to like all of this.
Does he win that Oscar if the character is not gay?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think that the gay thing was pandering, or like, in a way?
Well, no. So like, what I was gonna
Honestly?
say is like
No
I'm
reason for him
honestly,
to be gay.
I'm
Like,
more.
it could have been
whatsoever.
him
Did
and
absolutely
his
nothing.
wife.
Did absolutely nothing.
Did it do anything for the story, or then for someone who is gay be like, oh, I'm gay
Well,
too.
then-
That could be.
Well,
But
I mean,
then
he
here's
left
the
his
other
wife
question about that, though.
for
Here's the
her.
flip of the
Poor
question.
guy. I mean,
he could have left his wife for a younger girl.
Let's
it
be
was
honest
Brendan
though. Which
Fraser.
is more devastating, leaving your wife for a younger girl or leaving your wife for a man of the same age?
Hold on. It was Brendan Fraser. What?
Well, I want to hear Corey ramble. But no, on the gay thing, here's the thing. I would believe it was pandering if it was another actor, but you also have to think maybe they were also just trying to go for the story of like, oh, it's Brendan Fraser's big return.
Big
And
in a
that's what
different
they give
way,
him the
honestly, is
Oscar.
how I interpreted that.
No, this was most definitely an Oscar bait film. Like,
Yeah.
like it's Darren Aronofsky. It's a story about an obese gay dude. It's no, the movie was definitely like it was trying to get attention.
I would like to point out, I realized with this movie as I was
It
watching
was
it,
aiming for the Oscar.
Sadie Sink can play exactly one character, and she plays all of them in everything she's in.
But she is cute as fuck.
That's
She's
great. She
definitely
plays,
the cute one from
she
Stranger Things.
plays exactly one character.
But she's cute as fuck, so who cares?
The redhead girl.
Yeah.
She's 20. It's
That was
not
literally
illegal.
just Max in this movie.
Yeah. Again.
The attitude.
Yeah.
Again.
So I was gonna say I don't think it's pandering. Recently I've become more open to all this stuff. So like for example, I used a gender neutral bathroom for the first time the other day, and I took she/it in it. So I was like, I've become more open.
Wait, was it actually a gender neutral bathroom, or was it just a random bathroom at a gas station that had no signs on it?
Yeah, because that's also.
It was that one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Corey.
Good
Okay.
job, Corey.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love how
Corey's
Corey,
an ally. It's cool.
No, I love how Corey's like, I'm more open. I'm pretty sure if I showed him like any episode of the Owl House, he would burst into flames. He'd be like,
I've been
this
to
is
an
too much
outhouse
fruity.
before.
Corey's like, I'm more open. You want to see my butt cheeks? They're spread wide.
Anyways,
I said I took a she/it.
Yeah.
speaking of,
neutral bathroom, you get it?
Corey, that's one of
You
them
get it.
jokes, man. By the way, the character in D&D like nailed Corey so much. He was broke. He told bad jokes. What was the other thing? There was like 3 things that nailed you perfectly. All right, back to this terrible movie.
Yeah, so the whale, as he's having his heart attack, we meet the next character that is not over 300
This
pounds.
is such a bad thing. It's not a bad film.
Yeah, it's not a bad film. It's really not. But we get to meet the missionary after the gay porn. We get to meet the missionary.
Which actually was really funny because the missionary coming to the door was actually a callback to the gay porn because they were in missionary. If you saw that or not, I don't know.
They were not. They were not in
Were they like standing up?
Yeah, they were standing up.
Just go with the damn joke, man.
Come
Come
on,
on.
bad joke.
Do you know what missionary position is?
doesn't.
Wikipedia literally said this, okay?
That's literally the problem.
Google missionary position.
So, anyways, the missionary
Isn't
comes
that where they
in.
go to
He
different
comes
spots
back
and
because
travel
he's
or
trying to
something?
smash his daughter. That's the only reason he keeps coming back.
No.
He saw that
comes
cute
back
redhead.
because he knows.
He was like, I'm going to fuck this devil child right
He
here.
feels like he could save the whale.
Yeah, no, because he's trying to save him because he runs away from his mission.
So hold on. Okay, so missionary comes. He saves Brendan Fraser from having a heart attack.
Yeah, and he's played by Ty Simpkins.
Well, it's not that he's saving him. Brendan Fraser just wants to hear this poem he starts reading. This
On
it's not
Moby
a poem.
Dick.
It's
an
a
essay.
It's an essay on Moby Dick, and he wants to hear it one last time. But it soothes him enough that the heart attack doesn't kill him.
Isn't that kind of crazy too? Like with the essay and stuff like that. Like it kind of leads you to believe that it was his lover.
I didn't. I immediately knew it was his daughter's. When the daughter was introduced, I'm like, it's hers.
Well, no, because they make it
Damn.
a point to talk about how the lover was a student too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I was like,
So you could guess either one.
I'm sure, but the way he's teaching her English and telling her to write was pushing her. It felt so much like this means a lot because he felt like a failure to her, and this in a way reminded him of how beautiful she really is.
Hey, he doesn't have to feel like that. He should know he was a
Can I
failure.
just say,
He
Zuli,
should.
when you were saying that words, like how you just orchestrated that whole sentence, man, that was beautiful. You were looking like the whale right there. That was great. I love that. You were so beautiful saying that.
So anyway, after we meet the missionary, we get to meet his
I
best
felt like you're
friend
about to tell me to be
Liz.
honest, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Corey's
that was
having a
good
moment
shit,
of
man.
honesty. He's like,
Hey Corey, who was Liz played by? What was the name of the actor that played Liz?
That was Hong Chow.
some old bitch.
Yes, that's Hong Chow
Yeah.
that played the nurse Liz.
So okay. So this movie
No one's a good person. in this.
this movie did a
Literally.
perfect job at making me dislike people in this film. Like everyone who's introduced to this story, I came
It's
in with
terrible.
a neutral mindset of I don't know who they are. I'm not gonna judge them. They all start off at either a neutral or high, and then they just descend into awful people. All of them, even the nurse.
Yeah,
Nurse
no,
was
yeah.
always terrible.
Yeah.
The nurse
she just
was
enabled it,
She enabled it, and she
a
felt overprotective
bossy
of
old broad.
Charlie.
Yeah, and like that.
Overprotective.
And so Zuli and I kind of had a little bit of a discussion before the podcast, and I was gonna say I thought it was really funny how Darren Aronofsky, the way that he wrote and shot the film and stuff, it definitely leaves it up to where multiple people can take different takes. So like he took it more of like from the daughter's point of view to where basically you hate everyone, and I think she actually says it in the film where she's like everyone's an asshole.
Yeah.
And then whereas like I was talking to Zuli and I was like, oh well, it's funny that you say that because I actually saw it in a different light, whereas like I understand why everyone was like that because like it still gives enough of like the decisions and choices they're
I
making.
did too. I understood. Where
And in
they're
that
coming
point,
from.
I was the whale.
I understood where they're coming from, but to me, they just seemed like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Their motives behind their actions were not justified.
Yeah,
for
so-
them being assholes.
Yeah, so like Liz's character, like for why she was so protective of what was his name? Charlie. I was thinking of Danny for some reason.
No, Dan's the pizza man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan's
Dan's
pizza
the
man.
pizza man.
Dick, by the way, but we'll get into that later. But I was gonna say, like, why she was so protective over Charlie was because, well, she lost her brother to kind of the same thing, and she, I guess she felt like in a sense, hey, by enabling this and like giving him what he wants, at least he'll be with me longer or something. And it's like, man, like that doesn't make it right, but it's like such a
We just
bad
jumped into.
area.
We just jumped into her.
I feel like she's just trying to keep everybody
hold on.
away so
We
she can
really
get on.
did
So
jump
Yeah,
she,
we just jumped into her. Okay, so what happens is the missionary saves I guess calms
Charlie down until she gets there.
So he's fine. He doesn't die. And while asking him like, well, what are you doing at my doorstep? Charlie's asking him this. We find out the guy's a missionary there to save whoever's willing to listen. And while they're talking, a nurse shows up, played by
Hong Shao.
And she, what was her character's name?
Liz.
She basically tells the missionary to get out of there. Just get out. And
absolutely hates this guy.
Yeah, just doesn't like him. Does not like him. So kicks him out, and that's where we see Liz enabling this eating behavior from Charlie. She's telling him he should work out. He has to get help. He has to go to the hospital.
He has a week to live. She tells him that.
Yeah, she tells him you got a week to live if you don't do anything about it, and he refuses. And instead of, I don't know, helping him, I guess,
gives him a bucket of chicken.
She gives him a bucket of chicken, and then has a very unsettling scene of him eating it. I just didn't.
Which, hold on, I would like to point out this bucket of chicken.
Laying.
It was not a bucket of chicken she brought with her. It was one that was just sitting on the counter.
Of course.
Yeah,
he's fucking
like
600 pounds.
Well, no, it's just having a bucket of chicken laying around. I was like, how long did that sit there?
Bro, who cares?
It was just before the
Dude,
salmonella
like
set in.
all the little like
Things like that
details.
were so gross.
The little details of like the random bottles of open Diet Coke all over the fucking house.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
But look, I feel like Liz was trying to keep everybody away so she could weasel her way into his $120,000 bank account.
But she didn't even know about
Yeah,
it.
she never knew.
She didn't know.
Allegedly.
Well, she was
No,
pretty
because she
pissed
was
because she's
mad.
like,
She was
all those
mad.
times I had to walk.
In the snow because my truck was broken
That
down.
I
Yeah.
didn't feel was just. I'm like, he asked you if you needed
Yeah.
help. No, that's. I didn't.
But
like her. At that point,
I
didn't
also
like her.
understood
I
from her
didn't
too
like
because
her.
she thought he would like just had enough money
But
to
she
cover
brings
bills.
in money though. She brings in money. We're not worried about money. We're worried about Charlie's health. We're not worried about money. But no,
Well,
she makes it about money.
Well,
I struggled. I had to
disagree.
walk.
I
Dude.
disagree with that because like once again she was okay to do it, thinking that his circumstance was basically he was poor, so she was okay to do it until she realized no, this guy has 120 grand. And he's like, but I said if you needed help, I'd help
Yeah,
you.
but
And she's
who
like,
is
but I
she-
didn't know how much money you
Who's
had.
she to judge it though? Who is she?
That's a cop out, and you know it. That's
not.
a cop out, and you
It's
know
not.
it. Yes,
It's
it
not.
is. No, it was
Yeah.
totally justified.
Sometimes me and you argue, Chris, but I mean, now it's their turn.
I know, isn't this great?
Now who's
I'm like,
getting heated
thank
on-
God.
Now who's getting heated on the podcast? Are you guys gonna make out? Go ahead.
Bro, he's about to lick this chicken grease off my lips.
You
Come on,
guys,
baby.
you guys can be Charlie and Dan.
Hey,
Go ahead
you
and
can be
make out.
Charlie. I'll be the chicken, okay, baby?
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on.
You're Charlie, you fat bastard.
All
So,
right, you'll be the chicken.
Do y'all remember why she hates the missionary?
Yes, because
There's
her
always the
brother.
bucket of chicken, yeah.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to get into that just yet.
Well, yeah, because it
Well,
happened.
her
We talked about
father,
that comes
really
No,
her father.
when she first meets the missionary, she tells him who he is, like who she is, that
yeah,
she's
her
the
father
daughter of
is
that
like,
priest,
yeah.
and they're a cult, and
Yeah,
get the fuck out.
Yeah. But,
So, like, it does happen right there.
But the details of why, exactly why she
Ain't no
hates it.
Asian father putting up with that gay shit.
She was adopted.
So, I mean, shit, adopted by an Asian man?
She was adopted by white people.
Yeah, so
How do we know it's a white
because
person? Did she
they
say
adopted-
my dad was white?
Well, because that was her brother that was
only
adopted
white-
too.
You think only white? Did they show the brother?
Yeah, the brother
yeah.
was
What if
who
the brother-
Charlie was with.
What
No,
if the
no,
brother
hold
was
on.
adopted too?
Here's the thing,
Your
though.
sister's brown.
Here's the thing, though.
So
No, here's the thing, though. Judging by this
that's
movie,
homeschool math.
all we know of her parents are that they are the high-ranking priests of this church. I guarantee you, because the whole like thing of this movie is people are terrible. I guarantee you, they were a white couple that adopted an Asian kid because it was like this fashionable thing. To
It's
do.
really crazy because I went to a
Wasn't
church
Liz
and that
gay,
was actually
too?
the thing.
Wasn't Liz also gay? Wasn't
never
she talking
stated.
about?
No.
No, wasn't she was like having a conversation to herself when he starts choking on that fucking foot-long sandwich that he was hoping was a dick, and she's like, "Did I tell you about this hot chick I met the other day?" Blah blah blah. Y'all didn't
Wait,
catch
no,
that
I
part?
didn't catch that.
I
That
didn't
was that part?
either, but I vaguely remember that. Now that you
She
say
was
it.
saying something, but I wasn't listening. I was seeing his action, and he started choking.
Yeah,
See,
he
the
was-
film's actually about Liz trying to get Charlie to date women again.
I think I wasn't paying attention to that because I was freaking out. She was like, "You need to go to the hospital and live better. And then she's like, here's 2 foot-long subs. And I
Yeah,
was like,
that's what I'm saying. It was very weird to see that.
Yeah, because he was like deep throating that fucking chicken sandwich or whatever.
And so let's talk about Dan. Dan, the pizza man.
Dude, disappointed.
So there's
he's played, hold on,
Bro, that is the perfect pizza man. Though.
Satya Sridharan.
Yeah, he did look like Middle Eastern.
I pronounced that as best as I could. I apologize.
Okay,
That's who plays Dan.
so this pizza guy shows up every day around the same time scheduled just to drop off a pizza box or is it 2 pizzas?
2 pizzas,
Yeah.
2 pizzas and just says hi through the door and gets the money that's in the mailbox.
2 pizzas for $20.
And that's it.
Fuck.
Like the guy just gets the
Sponsor
pizza, drops
pizza.
it off every day.
You can find a lot of sales like that.
Yeah,
Was
it's
this-
pretty common.
Did this movie take place in 2016? They were like watching
I
the
think it's
2016
modern.
election, right?
Yeah, I think it's modern.
But they were like talking about like Trump
He's
versus
just
Ted
behind.
Cruz in like an election or some shit.
He's just behind the times, I guess. Maybe he really liked it.
Maybe it's in the past. I don't know.
You know what the biggest shock of this movie was?
What?
That it was an apartment he lived in.
Yeah,
When
that
they
was
finally
weird.
revealed
That was
that.
weird. When because it looked like an actual home.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like a home on the inside,
Yeah, it
not
looked like
an
a house.
apartment.
Yeah, it
Like a house.
everything, even the framing of the bird in the window he's constantly feeding looks like it's a house, like windowsill.
What the?
And I
Yeah.
actually...
Okay, so hold on. Before we just jump into it, the essay, it's about Moby Dick. And
Wait a minute,
it
wait a minute.
has...
All the crying you're hearing is Damien is watching WrestleMania as we do this because he's so focused on the whale. And
I thought he
Cody
stubbed
Rhodes
his
is getting his
toe.
shit pushed in right
Roman
now.
Reigns just won.
All right, continue,
what the
Zuli.
fuck? It was supposed to be Cody Rhodes' time.
Pay up, bitch.
My God, no. Whatever.
I knew that was gonna happen. Mr. McMahon,
What
Vince
the-
loves
Vince isn't
Roman.
in control.
Dude, that's what... That was Charlie's problem, honestly. He kept ordering those McMahons from McDonald's.
Anyways, what were you gonna say?
Did you finish all your act?
Moby Dick. The essay
Yeah,
about Moby
I've
Dick.
done
And that is part has to do with the story.
Bro.
That's it. I'm just mentioning that.
Well, I wanted to say something about the
But
hummingbird.
there's
I feel like there was like
I
some
was gonna say
important...
something, but I actually just forgot.
Oh, God.
I feel like there's some important
looking at the
symbolism
wrestling.
that I missed with like the hummingbird and like Sadie Sink's character like looks out and there's like a cigarette or something in the hummingbird's water.
mouth?
I didn't understand.
What hummingbird? There was
What are
a
you
crow.
talking about?
Was it a crow? I remember it
This
as
is
a
some kind of
hummingbird.
blackbird. It was not a hummingbird because
I
he
could've
feeded
s-
apples.
The ones
Dude.
he's feeding.
Yes, that was not a humming. I remember it as
My
like a
brother in
green
Christ,
red hummingbird.
He
Was
cuts
it?
up apples to feed it, and it's a blackbird. Like,
Why am I remembering this as like a
Well,
green
then
red
you-
hummingbird?
We saw a pirated version of this film because we could not find it anywhere to watch.
I watched it from Redbox.
I would never pirate a film.
So,
Of course you wouldn't.
Zuli.
And so
but was there any
You did
symbolism
what?
I missed with that? Like I didn't get it.
with the bird, no, it's just that he's
I paid
being
YouTube
very nice to
$5
this
to
bird,
watch
right?
half of
And then
this
you
terrible
see
movie.
the daughter just
Breaks
fucking
the plate.
destroy the plate.
Because she's
Destroys what's beautiful.
Ah, okay. So there was symbolism that I missed.
Yeah,
okay.
there's just things that
yes.
The title of the movie is symbolism, Corey. This whole
Yes.
fucking thing.
The
is
symbolism is Sadie Sink can only play Max from Stranger Things.
But she looked cute doing it. Red hair. That's the only way I like white girls is with red hair. I don't know why.
So it was the whale symbolism of
I don't
its
know what it
size,
is.
or
Okay,
Moby Dick?
now Damien says this, but I had to hear his whole
Even Moby
speech
Dick
about
is part of the whole.
Amber
'Cause he likes
Freeman from
dick.
Scream.
Oh my god.
What am I? Is
The
that
killer
not
from
it?
Scream
No.
5.
She had
No.
red hair.
Look,
She had black hair.
No.
Same shit. It was dark red.
Guys, did you know black and red are the same color now, evidently?
It was dark red.
It's in the same spectrum.
Yeah, it was dark red,
Well,
bro.
okay, hold on. Well, we're talking about paint.
And she looks
Yeah,
sexy.
We're
it's
talking
gonna
about
be the
hair.
same.
We're talking
I'm
about
on the
hair.
spectrum.
And she looks sexy. God damn.
Who?
He like, you know the one I
This
said was ugly?
motherfucker.
Yeah,
one who gets
from
burned
fucking
alive all the time.
From
He's all
Yeah.
about that.
She's
fucking-
ugly.
She's fucking sexy.
She is
Oh,
ugly as hell, dude.
That nose is
skinny
too
ass-
big.
That skinny girl with them big old titties.
Yeah, she's
That
ugly
dark
as hell,
hair.
dude.
I don't know.
I'd fucking flame that bitch up too.
It's like
So
I just
many other
watched
people
John
you have to
Wick or
pick in
something.
Scream.
Oh my god.
Talk about Scream, you weirdo.
Anyways, back to the whale.
Chase
This
has
is
to
going off
watch.
the rails. Okay.
Chase has to watch every one of these podcasts because somehow Scream gets brought up in every one of them. So,
It's a good movie.
You could call that symbolism.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if it's accurate.
So I do have a
white
fun
bitches.
fact. There are 2 actresses for Ellie in this movie because there is the Ellie in the flashback scenes.
I thought you were gonna say like a stunt. double
Any
or
guesses
something.
on who plays her?
Chris, how
No,
was
I
that
didn't.
fun?
I just noticed it. I noticed it was a different actress. I didn't see who it was though.
I thought you were gonna
It's
say
Sadie
like a stunt.
Sink's little sister, JC Sink.
Oh,
Thought that was interesting.
Cool.
Little fact, because all she has to do is stand there. So I was like, I
Bro,
guess
what are
it
you gonna
makes
do
sense
when they have
got
like a
her.
third girl in there? Her name's Justa.
Just a sink.
I quit. Oh.
This is Corey's homeschool jokes, bro.
so
That was great.
So yeah, we need to talk
Where
about.
are we at?
So what's
This fucking
next?
We need to talk about
Charlie-
Sadie Sink's character, Ellie.
Charlie's a cancer, by the way.
Roman
We
Reigns.
need to
that's
talk
what,
about her
that's what
character.
they introduced.
He-
I was about
uh,
to ask you.
He invites her
Because he
over,
died of cancer?
Yeah.
and he sets up the deal with her because this whole time he's only gonna have a week left to live. So he's like, I guess, trying to reconnect with her
How do-
before he
who
dies.
is
How do they know
Who
that?
is she?
Oh, because of his blood pressure.
Who is she?
Oh,
Ellie,
Yeah, you haven't. explained
that is his daughter from
They
his failed
introduce.
marriage.
They introduce his daughter Ellie, and she hates him.
Yes.
She absolutely is disgusted by this thing.
And she only agrees because of the money. And if I'm being honest, like the money thing, like him offering her money whenever he died, like it kind of pissed me off because it's one of those like, dude, your daughter's there and you're reconnecting with her. Like you could at that point, like it's still reversible. Like you could reverse it, have a chance of living and all that other stuff, and live for your daughter with this repaired relationship. But he's like, I'd rather just like throw money at it and kind of force it. And I didn't like that.
he wasn't trying to live.
That
He
well,
was
that's
like,
his issue
fuck
though.
it.
That's like the whole point. And he's not perfect, but he's trying the best that he can. Because he knows he's a failure and probably. It's the story of a loser, dude.
Well, you have
It
to
really
think
is.
he is so far gone at that point. Even if he was to decide I'm gonna try and live instead, it would definitely take all of that money that he has to correct it, and there's still a pretty good chance he just dies anyways because of how far gone he is. So that was probably I think that's the reasoning he had going into it. He's like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go the guaranteed way to where the money is still there.
Yeah, I was like, that's a fair point.
But she's a terrible person
Yeah,
too.
she
continues that
she
theme.
is an awful person. She really is. I mean,
But-
I do like that. Like any father, he didn't see the darkness in her. He refused to see it. He was like, no, she's just hurt.
She's perfect.
She's just hurt.
Of course.
But he's right though.
It's that
He's
now
right.
after
She's
coming
not.
back
She's
after
not.
10 years.
She is just lost.
Yeah.
But she actually had a reason for being a terrible person. Like her dad left
Yes.
her family to be with a man. Her mom was they mentioned her mom being an alcoholic and just being a terrible person.
For her,
So, like,
for his man
when both of your parents are fucking awful, you're gonna most likely
be awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like that was why I didn't really get too mad because like I mean Charlie, like kind of Charlie's theme is like people are beautiful and like people are awesome, and then his daughter's whole point of view was basically everyone's an asshole, and that's what I was gonna say is like I kind of saw things more through Charlie's perspective, where like I understood,
and I saw him through her,
and
through Ellie's.
and I was more like hopeful for them to where I could be like, no, like they can still change, or maybe like they're just acting that way because of this, and they just need this to happen, this intervention, and then it's cool.
But like,
Well, and I was gonna say, then it's cool too because you get other people with like more of like Sadie Sink's character's point of view, to where basically it's like, no, people don't change, people are assholes. Although I do think she had a sort of a little bit of a redemption arc.
Oh,
she did,
did.
but like.
At the very 11th hour, she
Yes.
has a redemption arc.
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
it cuts it to the wire for her redemption.
So
What's the
back
redemption?
onto
Was
this
she dreaming
Dan,
at
the
the end?
pizza man. I thought he was gonna have a fucking redemption arc, but
Dude,
no.
I was so
They
disappointed.
introduced him. They introduced him like twice before, and on the second time they show him dropping off the pizza, he just yells through the door like, "Hey man, I'm Dan, by the way." And Charlie's like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, I just I've been delivering. I just thought you should know my name." So he's like, "All right, well I'm Charlie." They do this a while. And then I'm thinking, oh, what's going to happen? Charlie's going to be, like, dying. And then Dan's going to bust in there and say, I know CPR. And fucking save Charlie. But no. It was worse than that.
It was so bad.
It was awful. Fucking Charlie tells him, I left the money in the mailbox. And opens the door to get his pizzas. And there's Dan waiting on him at the corner of his doorsteps, waiting to see what Charlie looks like. And when he sees it, he just runs away disgusted, and I'm like, wow, what a dick.
Yeah. Did you notice like Charlie too? He was like so consumed with like loving men, he had a male box instead of a female box.
That was bad.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna
good.
say something smart to balance that out. I think
Bro,
one
I
big
just lost,
problem
like,
with
8
this
brain
movie
cells.
is it's supposed to be about the two opposing ideas, like Charlie's whole see only the good in people, then his daughters see only the bad in people. I feel like it would have helped if they had one good person in this movie. Like
Everyone's
everyone's
a complex character.
No,
yeah.
not really. Everyone skews so far to bad though. Is
Well,
the
the
problem.
only one that I thought was another one that I thought was gonna have a really great redemption arc was the Bible thumper. What was his name?
I have it right here. Thomas.
I thought he was gonna come in like, okay, I'm gonna make up for what the church did to you, Charlie.
Yes, because he got burned by the church too. And so I was like, it's perfect.
What happened was
It's almost like the
But
church killed all these people.
But
Yeah,
it
he
did.
wanted the
100%
victory.
it
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
There's a reason why I don't believe in church.
yeah.
Believing in church is terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, so Charlie's romantic interest died because of his faith to a certain church. It doesn't really say which one it is. It's not specific, but it looks to be Mormon. Like, you know.
Yeah,
It
100%.
looks to either be Mormon or Jehovah's Witness is what it really.
Well, and that was
reminds
the
me
thing.
of.
So my dad and I, we were watching it, and we were like, "Oh, they're Mormons," but then like they were just reading the like regular Bible, not the Book of Mormon. So I was like, I'm confused.
It could be.
That
Like I said.
I guarantee you that was very much done on purpose to not be sued.
Yeah,
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying.
But he
It's-
definitely did look
it's
like a
something-
Mormon.
It's
Are
something
Mormons not
on. It's
Christians,
something
though,
on that
at the
level.
base?
So
No, they have their own.
I mean, I know they have their own Bible, but like even like Muslims, they have their Quran and they still have like their Bible.
Yeah, but
They have different-
Muslims
they have
aren't
different
Christians.
books.
Yeah, I was
you
like,
know what I'm saying?
Muslims,
No,
though,
I
they
mean-
believe that Jesus wasn't the Son of God and all that other stuff. In end times, he's coming back to.
I know, but
denounce
I'm
that.
saying
But I was like,
all,
I mean, I
all of
don't
this
really
is
think.
based
I don't think
from-
that's like the point we should get into.
okay, so here's the thing. So it's elaborated that Charlie's love interest, what's his name? Alan. It's Alan. He really believed in this church. He really
did.
believed in his religion. He believed in God, but he was set up for a what do you
trip?
call them? No. It's like they make you marry a specific person.
Oh, like an
Arranged
Yeah,
marriage.
arranged marriage. He was down. They had him down for an arranged marriage, and he wasn't about it because he's gay. And he is. Yeah, he's gay, and they want him to marry this girl. Blah blah. He goes he goes to be a missionary. Doesn't want to come back because he knows what's waiting for him. And when he does, he meets Charlie and lives a somewhat happy life. But in the back of his head, he understands that he is sinning and that there's no redemption for what he's doing. So he starved himself to death.
Chris just met his nightmare.
You know what's great though? If I don't show up, they can't record it. So
What is it? Let me see.
Avatar. The movie, the film series that Chris decided he will never have anything ever to do
Oh,
with.
Avatar.
Is it the new one? Because I have not watched the new one.
But if it's my pick,
But no, I was like, I really did like your point though, like with
Chris, I still
Alan
want
and
you to
stuff like
love
that,
me,
where
so-
basically he ended up living like a pretty good life with Charlie, and like that was the thing too, is like ultimately his regret and being burned by the church, because basically his father kicked him out of the church, revoked everything, and basically left him, and
When he came out as being gay in the movie, his dad disowns him. They push him out of the church. They push him out of the family. He's ghosted from them.
Yeah.
And that really took a toll on him that not even Charlie could feel, and he starves himself to death. And yeah, that's what happened to Alan.
isn't that crazy too? Alan starves himself and Charlie eats himself to death.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
No, that's like
the symbolism.
yeah.
the symbolism is
Um, which is why I feel like his sister was just overfeeding.
Yes, and that's what I was saying. Like, there's so much to these characters. Everyone's like, I don't want to say they're just like true blue bad or good. Like, they're complex characters.
Even then though, they skew so far to bad.
They are but like they are.
But,
like,
I mean,
I understand. What's her name again? Liz.
Yeah,
Yes,
the nurse.
I understand her motivations. Like, if it was my brother and he was fucking like obese like that, I'd be like, what do you want to eat? You know, like, I don't want to tell him no, like, but I don't want to tell him, he's like, dude, go fucking do something.
And like, here's the thing, she was enabling it, which was like totally bad on her, but also at the same time, she was still taking care of him. And like, basically, it's like, this is a mess that I'm also helping create, and I'm going to be responsible for it. I mean, literally, her truck breaks down, she walks through the snow and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still there to take care of him. And so it's just, it was honestly, in my opinion, it was a bunch of unequipped people that were not prepared for something this drastic, because this was like a huge issue for all of them, and they just didn't have the emotional intelligence, and they just were not equipped to handle it, I think. And so I think there's a lot more to it.
Nah, dog, she could have got him some Weight Watchers.
Well, I mean, if you want to go that route, she got him Diet Coke, right?
Yeah.
So he wasn't drinking his calories, he's just straight up eating them, my guy.
But then, like,
That's the pick, baby. That's the pick right there.
okay, and then so
I forgot about that. It's perfect
that's how
timing, too.
Alan dies, and that's important to the story. That's why Liz doesn't like the missionary. That's why Charlie doesn't like the missionary. Well, he doesn't outright not like him, but he just disagrees with his point of view of religion.
The Bible, yeah.
I think he likes him being there. He likes talking to him, all that.
But
he
he
just
does-
doesn't. He doesn't like the dude where his beliefs and where he comes from because of what he went through.
Thomas, another character that I really was hoping, he's gonna have this great redemption arc,
Dude,
where he's
I
gonna
know.
save Charlie, and he's gonna show how religion can be pretty cool, right? No, this fucker starts blaming.
Dude, I know.
He starts telling Charlie, "Oh, I can save you," unlike your sin-filled love interest. Yeah, unlike him, who's a heathen and is now burning in hell. I can save you. That's literally what he goes on about, and ruining any chance of actually saving Charlie.
I would like to point out, as he's saying he can save him, this man is over here taking bong hits with his daughter
that he was trying to smash. That's the only reason he kept coming back. I'm telling you.
Was
he trying to get that little red-headed vagina?
No, here's where I'm confused. Was he trying to smash her, or was she trying to smash him to be like, I'm going to make him commit sin?
And then
Both.
Charlie was trying to smash
Both, honestly.
She wanted it too.
She came on really hard when they first met.
But like, I automatically
Did she
assumed, I was
literally
like,
take a picture of him the first time they talked?
But no, I was like, she has no interest in this guy, but she just wants to sin.
I like her little fucking intro where she's like, "You like me? I don't like you. I think you're ugly." It's like, what?
That means she's into him, because girls are confusing. This TED Talk has been brought to you by Chris.
Yeah, that was... The movie definitely was weird, but it was good. It was good.
You know what I just fucking realized?
What?
So many girls
Why you
I
cuss so
missed the
much
chance
for?
with just because, like, when they would say I was ugly, I took that at face value.
So, wait,
Oh
you know why this
God.
movie
When
was
they
weird?
say that means they like you.
So-
Because they're just playing
so-
hard to get.
Actually, so many choices
You gotta
in the
go
film,
slap that
of the
ass a
filming
little
of
bit.
this, he made choices to deliberately make you feel uncomfortable while you're watching it. Like the aspect ratio and all of the coloring for the movie.
I'm sure.
Dude, I hated the
like,
aspect
that thing
ratio.
was. It was.
That was on purpose. He
No, but
wanted
the
people
whole movie's like in
uncomfortable.
a shitty
No, but
apartment.
the color palette to the movie was awful. It was like greens. It was like
Yeah,
watching The
dude.
Matrix. It was like watching The
Oh,
Matrix.
I don't even know why this movie cost $3 million to make. They just
The
got a
fat
little
suit. I
rundown,
guarantee the
shitty
fat suit.
apartment.
The fat suit and the initial pay for Brendan
No,
Fraser and Sadie
the
Sink.
lighting was great. The cinematography was great. Like the movie was nice to look at, but it was ugly at the same
It's
time.
ugly.
It was
Here's the thing.
purposely. It was purposefully.
I paid for
It
this
was
movie and can barely
purposefully
see.
ugly to look at.
No, here's the
Look at
thing.
this shit.
Coming off of
Still
Scream
barely
6,
see anything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
I
point.
paid for this.
No, that's the point.
It's the point.
but no, coming off of Scream 6 and John Wick 4, which are both very pretty movies,
Yeah.
this was very jarring.
The intro was jarring. The whole movie's jarring.
Yeah.
It's meant to be. That's the point.
Yeah,
Like,
but
like any scene where they have Charlie eating, We had just
Dude, oh my
ate pizza.
God.
We ate pizza.
I
and
felt
we're watching the
uncomfortable
movie.
eating the pizza.
I felt uncomfortable eating that fucking. I've never.
I hope this movie helped you,
I've
Corey.
never felt like I've.
If
How can I even say this? I never thought I would feel uncomfortable watching someone eat. I'm like, who the hell gets uncomfortable watching
Yeah.
people eat? Then I saw this and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
This man made Milky Ways awful.
Yeah, there was scenes where he would have like these mental breakdowns of him not being able to,
Just handle
I
whatever's
guess,
happening.
handle his life, and
And so he'd hide with food.
he would just wolf down pizza and ham and douse it in fucking ranch. And then grab like Milky Ways and what was it? Three Musketeers and just wolf them down.
Yeah, okay. No. The grossest one was he opens the Three Musketeer, doesn't eat it, and throws it back in that drawer with the others unopened.
Oh my god.
Just unwrapped. That was the one. Like,
No, he took a big bite
Yeah,
out
he
of it.
did.
Then he throws it
Oh,
back.
that's even worse. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah,
way,
no.
this movie was not realistic at all because everybody knows that once you get that size, you get your own TV show on TLC. You don't go fucking hide. You get paid like millions of dollars to show off your fat ass.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get on TLC and you get to ride in the back of your car,
Yeah, you
like the trunk. I mean,
they pay you millions of dollars.
they lay the seats down, and haul in cargo.
I'm sure he had a little more dignity.
He could have had millions to leave to
be
his
fair, I
daughter.
don't think-
he was very selfish, man.
Only
he
those
could have had
close to
millions.
him really knew he was overweight, though.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause his fat
So,
ass went to hide instead of calling TLC. Say, hey, I'm 600 pounds, bro. Let me
That
get
man
a TV
was like
show.
700. He was tall too, dude. It was crazy too how like his
Well, I
stomach
mean,
hung down to his
He
feet.
was very tall.
There's a-
He was very tall.
There's a show called 1,000-Pound Sisters. I mean, goddamn, man.
so yeah. Back to the movie. We then meet our final character, the dreaded ex, Mary.
Oh, yeah. She
Oh,
came
the
off
mom.
kind of rude, but at the same time, I kind of understood where she's coming from.
Yeah.
She has anger towards him.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I mean, like that. Just she was done so dirty, and like it was so sad too, seeing her like just trying to reconnect with him before he died again, you know. And she's like laying on his chest, like listening. It's like, dude, this is so
When she
sad.
saw him, you could tell she still loved him.
Yes.
It's like, oh my god.
Dude, you could tell, and she was just like, everyone in this film was so good at acting. Like, it was just great.
Zuli is the only married man here. If your
Yeah.
wife left you for a woman,
I
more or less angry than if she just left you for a man.
I'd be handing you the bucket.
would be less angry, I think.
Less angry.
I
if she
think
left
less
you for a
angry,
woman?
yeah.
I
I think it was backwards. It was a dude. I'd be
more angry
I'd be
than
I think.
furious.
Well,
Like if I left,
Like if she
I
just left
think
you
I
and
think
your
that's
daughter.
just I think that's just like the double standards of it. I think if a guy leaves a girl for another dude, they're like, yo, what the fuck?
That's what I'm
But
saying,
if
yeah.
a girl leaves a guy for another girl, people just go, oh yeah,
I mean,
it happens.
The guy's
fuck
like,
it.
maybe I can get this three.
It must have been a really bad bitch. That's
well,
what
no,
it
like
was.
that's what I'm saying. Because like it is a double standard. Because it's kind of like that joke, you know, like, well, how do you view lesbian couples? And you're like in 4K. You know what I'm saying? But like for guys, it's not the same thing.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
yeah,
Wait a
that's-
minute.
that
How
is
do
a
you
double
view your
standard,
gay
yeah.
couples, Corey? Only in 720? Fucking low ass definition whore.
What ain't 480?
1080p.
Yeah, I watched it on my Switch actually.
You poor man's Switch. Oh goddamn!
But
That your little sister bought you.
it's so crazy to me though. Like it was such like the last half of the film is like so sad because like at the beginning you're still kind of hopeful like maybe something's gonna happen.
The whole thing felt like this really awful downhill ride. It never goes up. It just goes down.
and it felt like a whole week too.
None of us watched it before he won the Oscar, right?
No.
Did you
But
watch it before?
had
I
I
watched
seen
it like
it
2 weeks ago.
No, had I
So,
seen it
yeah.
though.
So you
I-
know it's gonna be like some fucking sad, dreaded Hollywood fucking movie that they're like,
Yeah, it's an Oscar bait
yeah. So I mean, I'm just saying, like you knew it's
It
gonna
was a
be
good
sad.
Oscar bait film.
film.
You know, there's only one way it can end.
Not necessarily.
Huh?
I prefer the Fallout.
No, that is.
Over this,
I think
if
it
you
is
just wanna
known
be
that
depressed.
like if you want to get an Oscar, you play something that's like
You play
something
to the
like the whale.
heartstrings.
You play
Yeah.
something like the whale.
You play to their heartstrings, yeah.
And Like, what was it, Moonlight, that won like a couple years back? It was about you've seen that one.
Dude, let me tell you, I went into that one blind too. And the hand job scene on the beach, I was like, oh my god.
You watched it with Doug too, huh?
No, it was by myself. That's what's even more weird.
Corey, do you just
Hell
watch?
yeah.
Are you just a fucking Hollywood?
Can I just tell you, like, every
watch
time,
fucking
like,
Oscar
it seems
movie
like
there
every
is?
time
Wait.
I watch, I want you to know, I have
Corey,
a track record.
wait. Hold
I've
on.
seen 2
No.
movies that have won Oscars, and both of them star like gay people.
Corey,
and, like,
Is that what?
it's just
Are you
catches me
just
off guard
into
every time.
Oscar bait movies?
Yeah, I love Oscar bait movies. No, I do think it's
Did you
some
watch
of them were
Brokeback
just-
Mountain?
some
I
were-
know,
some
but
were
I did, that was
justified.
like-
That's
But no,
what
I'll
it is.
always suggest stuff to Corey's like, oh, I've never seen that. His sister will be like, oh, I've seen that and that and that. But then you name some weird Oscar bait film, and Corey's like, yes, I own that in the Criterion 4K.
Well, no, I just thought it was
collection.
so funny. So, like, I watched Moonlight, and then this masturbation scene happens on the beach where this guy's jacking him off, and I was like, oh my god. And, like, caught me off guard. Then I watched The Whale, and it opens with him masturbating to gay porn, and I was like, okay, no more Oscar films for me. I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Corey watched Brokeback Mountain with like.
What was this movie?
It was me and my
Why are
best
these-
guy friend.
Look at
We
these,
watched it
Look
together.
at these 2 badass actors right here. We gotta see this.
Dude, I'm telling you, me and my
They
friend.
probably got some sexy
yeah.
ass
Dude,
wives.
Jake Gyllenhaal
Yeah.
and fucking Heath Ledger.
I was like,
It must
dude.
be the manliest fucking movie ever.
Yeah, I bet
Oh,
they
no.
fucking I bet they pound the shit out of their wives.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch this for
I was
sure.
so pumped for that. I was like, 2 bros going hiking. Me and my best bro do this all the time. And I was like, whoa, that's not us. That's not us. We don't do that in the film.
So, after he sees his wife, I guess her little act of kindness was she helped the dead boyfriend carry some groceries once. That was her act of kindness. To make her complex.
That redeemed her in my eyes.
No, that wasn't the part that made her come.
Which-
It's just her knowing that if she yelled at him at that point, it's not
So,
going to change what happened.
Which one? Which?
Oh,
character
she
are you
also
talking
really
about?
hates the kid.
Which character are you talking
Oh
about?
yeah,
Oh, the
she
mom,
also,
Mary.
She hates her
Yeah,
own
she
daughter.
hates that kid. She really
She
hates,
hates
the
her
kid.
daughter. She does. And she's like, "Did you see what she posted about you?"
And then she's
And-
like, don't worry, she says a
Well,
lot about
she-
me
okay,
too.
so she says she lets Brendan Fraser. She tells him our daughter is evil. She is just a bad person. And he's like, why? He's like, she makes kids cry. She's a bully. She's just awful. She's
You know,
a lunatic.
It sounds pretty accurate. Most
And then,
teenage girls are evil.
Yeah, she's like, she's a menace. She's
Have
an
you watched
actual
Mean Girls?
She's an actual menace.
Dude.
And when he's like, no, she's just a teenager, he shows her some Facebook posts of images of Charlie.
Oh, Corey never gets to pick a movie.
Saying-
ever again.
You watching that next pic, bro?
That's where every
What,
picture.
what is it they say? Oh, it's saying like, oh, when he dies, hell's gonna have a grease fire.
Yeah.
It's like, god damn,
dude. Like that joke. It was messed up, but I was like, that
No,
was pretty good.
Brendan Fraser's character,
So-
the whale, aka Charlie.
Moby Dick.
He's
Oh.
like, yeah,
Moby
she's
Dick.
not wrong. That's
Sure,
honest.
Moby.
It's an honest take, and that's what I do like about Charlie. He just wanted an honest take, whether it hurts his feelings, whether it doesn't matter. He
How he
wants
kept
to
telling
hear the
people like,
truth.
"Am I disgusting?" And like, he finally got Thomas to say it. Like in the end, he's like, "You think I'm disgusting? Am I disgusting?" And he's like, "I had laid naked on top of the roof with Alan and all this other stuff." And finally, he's like, "Yes, I do think you're disgusting." And it's like,
Yeah.
once that happened, I was like, "Dude, he missed it."
Why did it take so long for them to just confirm he's a fucking disgusting piece of shit?
I mean,
That's the
it
society
That's the
we
thing.
live in,
It
bro.
doesn't. That's what he's trying to say. He's like, he'd rather have the truth.
Let me
That's
ask you a
what he was
question.
trying to- That's what he was trying to
Took them
tell his
2 hours.
students. Mind you, Charlie is a I guess college professor
Yes,
for
he teaches online classes.
for
With his camera off,
Some
so
what,
they can't
college.
see him.
some kind of I'm saying like some
community
kind
college
of like
for sure.
essay writing, right? And one of the
English
things,
101.
one of the things he's telling his students is like, hey, just fucking write the truth.
Yeah,
Should-
be
write-
honest.
follow the formula we teach you, but just be honest. Be yourself. Don't just be derivative of everyone else's takes. Have your own ideas.
Zuli, let me ask you something actually. So like, to be honest, I just thought of this. So like, with him always wanting people to be honest, like just tell the truth, be honest. Do you think he was craving the truth so bad? It's more of like a commentary on society, whereas like basically people withhold from saying the hurtful truth or whatever for so long, and then people can just get to a spot where they're like Charlie. Like for example, if Charlie heard the truth earlier of like, dude, you're going
I
down
hope so.
a
I hope
down
so.
a bad
I hope
path.
that's what
You
he's
need
trying
to
to
stop.
I hope that's what I was trying to say.
Because basically he didn't hear the truth until it was already too late. Yeah. It was literally the day he was dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was his final day to live, and that was when he finally heard the truth.
He had to Google what his blood pressure numbers were.
And because no one was telling him the truth. Do you think... I just thought of that. Do you think that was more of like a commentary on that? Of basically like, you're not telling the truth. Like, it just hurts more people.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We sound like pretentious Oscar bait people, is what we sound like right
now.
We do.
We 100%. But it's what
screw you, Darren. It's what Aronofsky.
It's what happens in the film, and and he's always telling his students like, "Hey, just be honest. I don't care about anything. I don't care about anything else other than you guys just telling me how you actually feel." And when they did, it's like deep things to them. Like, you hear it, and it sounds like it's people who are just sad or broken or being pushed to doing what they don't want to do.
They're in college.
Because they refuse to tell the truth.
And he's reading these things, and they're sad, but they're honest truths, and that kind of that makes him happy to know that he's not alone. He's not the only failure in this world.
And then he reveals himself to the kids.
Oh yeah,
and then taking pictures of
he reveals himself to the kids, and some of them look pretty disgusted. Some of them take pictures. Some don't look like they give a hell.
Let's be fair. This was also like the 8th wonder of the world, my guy. This was like
who?
The Whale.
Fraser?
Yeah, Charlie. This was like the 8th wonder.
There's worse people.
This was the equivalent
There's
of
worse shit
them.
on TLC, dude.
And Peter Jackson's King Kong film, when they bring him to New York, this was that equivalent. This was them unveiling King Kong.
Now wait a minute. Whoa.
That's his own view of himself.
Yeah, no, hold on. Why the hell did it specifically have to be Peter Jackson's King Kong? Why does no other King Kong exist for you?
There's no other 3-hour long.
What's your take on King Kong? Peter Jackson's King Kong, Chris?
We only watched the original King Kong.
That is that's
wait,
my.
Was that a string that I hit with you?
That is
you hate
that
Peter
is
Jackson's
that is
King
the
Kong?
next movie I want to review. I want to review Peter Jackson's King Kong.
You didn't watch the most recent one?
This fool's never seen it.
Wait, you don't like Peter Jackson's
No,
King
he does
Kong?
not.
So if you're picking King
He's
Kong,
never seen it. Refuses to watch it.
Oh man,
Refuses to watch it.
Dude, Damien,
so if I'm picking Avatar,
that is fucked up.
So if I pick Avatar,
he fucked up 3 T-Rexes at the same time, and he's just like, "Fuck this." King Kong.
Oh, because the dinosaurs. No, he's mad. He's like, King Kong could have beat 3 fucking T-Rexes. No.
So if my pick is
I love
Avatar, and then I pass it to you, and your pick is King Kong, is Chris gonna commit suicide after those 2 weeks?
No, because here's why. At that point, I'm the last one, and y'all gonna hate what I pick.
I'm picking the whole Avatar series.
Chris, I'll let you know this. Hey, if he picks Avatar and he picks
all 6
King
hours
Kong,
of Avatar.
baby girl, I'm gonna be Liz. I'm gonna be handing you that KFC bucket, my guy.
No,
I'm gonna be enabling you.
If this one picks Avatar and this one picks King Kong, I am absolutely picking Clown Motel. I will sit us all down. We will all watch it.
I love it.
I have to because I don't know what the fuck that is. Bro,
I've never heard of Clown Motel. It sounds hot. Why does it have to get quiet on that take? Like, why don't y'all keep talking? Why do y'all have to get quiet when I'm like, oh, Clown Motel sounds hot?
Okay, hold on. Let me give you a quick overview of Clown Motel. So there is a hotel in the middle of the desert in Nevada.
How
that
about
is
we talk
hunting.
about it when we review?
No, we're not. I want to do the Addams
Go ahead,
Family,
give us the
but y'all are gonna
synopsis,
make me a
Chris.
villain.
Give me the synopsis. I
No,
want to hear about this.
Go back around and.
I want to hear about
things.
this low-budget, terrible horror movie. Come
Well,
on.
we'll hear about it in the future.
I want to hear about where it went to school at.
No, this was It's porno.
Well, this was more
this
where
is
Ed
it,
and his
clowns,
mother
clown
live.
college.
Anyways, back to the whale.
Wait, all the clowns are fucking?
He reveals himself to the kids, and then he throws his laptop.
Bro, I might want to pick this movie. Hold on.
Now, so, yeah, he threw his laptop. Dude, I don't know why I'm just like drawing a blank. I literally thought this crow was a mockingbird. I remembered it as like a green and red mockingbird. But I was gonna say,
You said a hummingbird a second ago.
That's what I meant, hummingbird. But he threw his laptop because of the reaction the students had, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
He's just
done.
He's just done. He knows that at the end is none of it fucking, and that's what he's telling the kids. None of this shit matters. None of this. Your college doesn't matter. None of this matters. We're all dead anyways. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And he got fired.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, he had just got fired.
He
so
should
he's
have
just for the last lesson. He just tells them just be honest, and I will be honest
He
with you.
should have used that laptop to post a couple YouTube body positivity videos, and everybody in the comments would have been like, "Yes, King," and then like he would have been motivated to survive. That's all he had to do.
He didn't want to survive.
But once the comments are like, "Yas, King, we love you."
It sounds like you're speaking from experience, bro.
You're
Where's your body positivity channel?
you're a hero.
It's gonna be like that mukbang
you
video.
can't
with
tell.
avocado or
You
whatever,
can't tell through the podcast.
where he's
but
with
I
that
have a
girl,
six-pack,
and she's like,
I'm
"I'm
really
more of a
ripped right
one-pack
now.
ramen girl," and everyone's like,
So after this,
I'm ripped.
we finally get.
I'm podcast ripped.
We get.
I got a body built for podcasting.
I got a face built for radio, so let's go.
So yeah, now that they're done lying, we get into like the 11th hour of Ellie's redemption arc.
Chris thinks I'm beautiful. I said I have a face built for radio, and he's like, he's lying.
You are fucking beautiful, Corey.
He
Hell
is
yeah.
a
Your
he
naivety.
is a gorgeous man.
And you're homeschooled.
Have you ever seen the
brain.
muscular Squidward with like the
Yes.
perfect architect
The one
face?
that
That's
looks
what I
nothing
look
like
like.
you?
For yeah, that's what I look like.
That's what
Guys,
transgender
nothing.
bodybuilders look like. Handsome Squidward.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, Ellie's redemption at the 11th hour
Yeah.
when her dad is dying, literally dying.
When
He is
she-
having a heart
When
attack
she reads the S, how the fuck is that redemption? All she's doing is reading.
because she does an act of kindness for him. Because
What?
that wants he wants that to be the last thing he hears is her reading the essay that she wrote all those
What?
years ago, and she actually does it for him.
You know she's not going
Bro,
to that
and, like,
funeral.
It
I
kind
know,
of
but
reminds
just
me.
Yes, she does because
There's no way.
she tells him right before reading it. She tells him just fucking die, fuck you, and just die.
Exactly.
But as she right before she storms off, she stops and she's crying and she starts reading
The poem.
the essay. She starts reading it because she knows she doesn't mean what she said.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want that to be the last thing she said.
She's like, man, this is whoever wrote this essay is pretty damn good. That's what she was thinking.
I was just saying, like, it kind of reminded me of like Ryan Johnson's directing style a little bit, where it's always subverting expectations. Because as she's reading, because as she's reading like the essay and stuff like that,
Ryan Johnson.
he gets up and starts walking towards her, and it's like this supposed to be this
No,
really.
that's the
No.
callback to when they first
Yes.
introduce her.
And she's
she
like,
says,
"Get up
"Tells
and
him
walk
walk."
to me. Get up and walk to me." Yes, I know. So let me finish my point.
And
Look,
he fails. In the
Yes.
beginning, he gets
Yes.
up, he attempts to get up.
I am
and he
agreeing with you.
crushes-
Let me
he
finish
falls
my
down,
Damn near
point,
dies right
please.
there.
hurts himself.
So look, and he gets up and he's walking towards her, and then this guy, literally Ryan Johnson, subverts your expectations, fucking flies away. Somehow he goes from walking to flying. I was like, we know the steps aren't
You're
that
a
easy.
religious kid here.
He doesn't
man.
actually
Look,
die.
listen.
He's just in so much pain that he has to block it out by blinding. Like, yeah,
He just
he's not actually dead.
flies away, and I was like, "There's no way he
Yeah,
can
the
do
movie
that."
ends
When he
with
falls
him.
down and he's not in that pain anymore, he just comes back to earth. He's like, oh, I
The movie-
tried.
The movie ends with him visioning that beach day.
How
Yeah.
was the after credit scene?
That was heaven to him. That was heaven to him. Bro.
Yeah.
I think it was hinting at the sequel,
And
actually.
then he fades to white.
Yep. It fades to white and he dies.
And
Charlie,
now
The after credit
Wait,
scene.
he died?
Big spoiler alert.
he absolutely died.
I thought he flew away. That's what like, he gets up and he walks and he starts making it to his daughter, and then he just decides to fly away, leaving her again. I thought it was
Yeah.
symbolism.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this bitch.
And he literally willed himself into the air.
And then
That's how I interpreted
And
that.
then the after credit scene when they're at his funeral and he's hiding behind a tree. Wow.
Oh my god.
They actually mistake him for a tree, is what it was. They're like, "Oh shit!"
Like, what is Shamu doing here?
It was
So,
literally
They
hinting at a
freed
sequel.
Willie again.
So the movie wasn't bad. Not in my opinion. I
It
don't.
wasn't bad.
It was good.
wasn't.
It was good. I give it a solid. The story itself, an 8 out of 10. Brendan Fraser gets a 10 out of 10. That was fucking good.
Oh, you bitch! You stole what I was gonna do.
I was fucking.
Brendan
good.
Fraser does
no,
get a 10
no,
out of 10.
you absolutely stole.
Did I? I didn't know.
My ratings to a T. You just stole all of them.
Yeah. The movie was an 8.
Well, let me
but,
tell you-
but Brendan Fraser was a fucking.
Y'all ain't
10.
even about to steal my rating. Go ahead and go.
Well, first of all, Corey, we won't be able to understand your rating because we speak human
Oh,
languages.
I was like, this is about to.
Oh my
But yeah,
God,
no.
Corey thought about it. Oh,
Again.
fuck.
The story is an 8 out of.
It wasn't too spooky for him.
The story is an 8 out of 10. Everyone should watch it at least once. Brendan Fraser, 10 out of 10, mainly because not only is this his return, this movie is absolutely nothing like the other things he has ever fucking done.
Yeah.
I
like,
think he was
he's
able to
pretty
play.
much comedy and
I
action.
did feel for this character.
I
did
think he was
feel
able
for
to
him.
play the character of Charlie so well because of what happened to him earlier in his career with his split from his wife and everything. You know, mid 2000s, everything that happened.
Well, no, even with all of that, this is still coming from him not having acted in forever. And
No,
different from everything.
I mean, he
he's
also
done,
did
even
act
with
in
those
Doom
emotions.
Patrol too, though.
No, but I really did feel uncomfortable watching him
Yes.
cry, watching
Yes.
him break down. It was very uncomfortable, and that was the
Yeah,
point.
but Doom Patrol was just voiceover, wasn't it, for the most part?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was like Voice Patrol. Just doing voice is one thing, but like coming absolutely all the way back. And Doom Patrol, that was a comedy, wasn't it?
I think
Kind
I
of.
watched
Yeah,
it.
it was like a dark
Yeah, it was
comedy.
still very much in the vein of everything else he's ever done. And this was the opposite, and he comes back.
But
and
that's
does
what
that
I'm saying. I
amazing.
think because like he literally got to live through this.
Technically,
Is
he
what
was
I'm
in
saying.
Crash, and not as a main.
Like that's what I'm
character.
saying. He literally lived through this, and so I think this was like a personal role
Yeah.
for him.
Damien, what's your
It
rating?
was, it was good though. It was.
So, this movie was terrible. I give it like a 5. It was
That's
very-
like average.
It was super boring.
5 is an average score.
5 is average.
5 is
Can we
average.
stop?
Okay,
saying
so it
that
was like
5 is-
average. It was average. So it was
Damn,
super
I know
boring.
for you, 2's average, Zuli.
There was
Look
no,
at
there was
look at
literally
Mr.
nothing.
Sophistication.
There was literally nothing special about this movie. Like it was just some weird fucking reprocessed bullshit film. Of course, he had to be gay so he could win an Oscar.
I do think they were pandering
I've
with that.
I've never been a fan of Brendan Fraser. I'm still not really. I'm looking through a list of his credits. I don't see one good movie he's ever made.
The
Yeah.
Mummy.
The Mummy, Bedazzled was pretty good.
The Mummy was cool, but not. Like,
The Mummy too is considered a whole sexual orientation. Did you know that? You can
I did not.
identify as that as a sex. The Mummy too.
Is that a real thing?
And honestly,
Yes.
he's been acting consistently since 2019, so it's not even really a return. But they gave him.
Got it.
So,
Damien's
like
like,
I said-
fuck this man.
I've
Yeah,
never been a
okay,
fan
so-
of his. Like, I just don't think he makes good films. Like, The Mummy was cool.
David,
was
like,
this
if he
not-
was
no,
more of a
legitimately,
man, his
no,
wife would
no,
have
no, no,
left.
no.
The best movie he ever made
legitimately.
was Son-in-Law.
No, legitimately, was this an actual bad movie to you?
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't special. It was not like
Nothing you'd want to watch.
no.
Gotcha.
I was miserable the entire time I watched it.
I thought it was a good pick. It was
Hey,
a good pick.
Thank
Damien?
you.
Damien.
You're gonna be the only one that says that. I want you
No, I just said I think everyone should watch it once, and I
Hell
have
yeah, I
gave
got
the same
approval
ratings
from
as him.
my idol.
Juan, I wish you were here to back me up because you told me earlier how much you hated it, and you almost
Hey, to be
you
fair,
almost broke up your friendship with these two guys over
To
here.
be
because
fair
they
though,
made you watch it.
Juan will tell you this firsthand too. He just sees the world differently.
As do you, Corey.
To
Come
be
on,
fair-
go ahead and give us your homeschool rating.
No, wait a minute.
Alright.
To be fair,
Oh,
though,
man,
here's
I'm
the
ready
thing about
for it.
Juan. What we know of Juan, though, he should have loved this movie because there was no action, no violence, no loud noises, so it's perfect for Juan.
What do you mean there's no action? He fucking literally falls and damn near creates a goddamn...
No,
Earthquake.
Juan fell asleep during Fury Road because he was like, this is too boring, and just fell asleep.
You know, I mean, I'll be honest. I know Zuli, you love that movie, but it was
love
kind of... It took me like 2 or 3 tries to get through the whole thing.
Wow.
My dad still dislikes that film. Actually.
I've never been a big Mad Max fan.
I love
Like,
it.
the
I
only
didn't know
reason I
COVID
watched
could take
it...
your taste of movies.
The only reason I watched it is because Bane was in it.
I'm more of an Angry Allen kind of guy.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we get distracted, Corey, what is your rating for The Whale?
Oh, are y'all ready for this?
Yeah,
one?
let's see the
Y'all
whole
ready for this rating?
You got it written down somewhere?
All right.
Hold on.
No, I don't need it written down. I remember it.
All right.
I give this movie. Well, first let me preface by saying I give
How
Brendan
many free
Fraser's
wi-
acting a 10 out of 10.
How many free willies do you give this movie?
No. I give this movie 2 KFC family meal deals out of a $20 single topping Pizza Hut meal combo.
Corey, that doesn't sound like a very good rating because KFC mostly is shit. I had it tonight, and it reminded me.
I had it too.
Why I
I was
never go
acting.
there.
Low key.
Yeah.
It was very.
Yeah.
So it's. I know your mom works for KFC,
bro,
but like
damn,
it literally sounds like you just gave it
no,
like a
I mean,
2 out
you're
of 10.
right. You're right. KFC is
No,
mid chicken.
Corey gave it a 2 out
No,
of 10.
no,
Movie
KFC
sucks. Confirmed.
Hey, I actually want to rate it. Do you like Popeyes?
Popeyes is the best chicken. 'cause
I
they
rate
have
it-
spicy and it's
I
fucking
rate it
delicious.
2 Popeyes chicken tender 10 combo
All right,
piece
you
things.
lost it with the chicken tenders.
Damn. Okay,
Only
two
Chris likes
two
chicken
dark
tenders.
meat, 2 dark meat combo,
Boneless
What
wings.
the fuck?
Drumsticks.
2 dark wing
What's
meat.
a number? How about out
Just
of?
give me a number.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Corey. You're struggling here. You lost the joke.
I'm sorry, all of y'all like different things. I'm trying to accommodate everybody so everyone can understand this rating. All right.
You lost.
I don't fuck with this rating.
You know what?
You
I'm
gave
gonna
Brendan
give
Fraser
it.
a 10 out of 10. What
I'm
do you
gonna give
the
it a
movie?
night out on the town.
How what's the movie?
Out of 10.
What's genuinely what? How do you feel about this movie?
Oh man, you're pinning me down. It's like
Corey's like, I can't get
Jello
it.
to a wall.
No,
All right.
You know how much I hated this movie.
I'll give this movie. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was good.
You know how much I hated this movie.
The movie would not have worked without Brendan Fraser, but
I think it would. But
I mean,
I
you could
think
literally
just
put
need
any fucking random guy in a fat suit. Probably paid him half the amount on there.
You
and
cannot.
still would have won an Oscar.
You can't.
No.
An Oscar?
No.
An Oscar,
Stop.
yes.
Stop.
Brendan
No.
Fraser had charisma.
You
Yeah.
know how much
He had
I
a lot of
dude,
know how
let me
much-
tell you, whenever he was able to move his arms and that was it, the charisma he brought.
man.
to
No,
his
like
film.
there was gentleness to his
Corey
voice.
just
There
showed
was
us
just-
this.
There was.
Corey just showed us his charisma by tearing
Yeah.
up that piece of chicken.
Look,
I showed y'all my
there's a
acting
whole
skills. They
reason
don't even
I
need the
said
fat
he
suit.
gets a 10 out of 10 and not the whole fucking cast gets a 10 out of 10.
Look, you know how much I hated this movie.
Like the movie U-Turn, I hated almost everyone. in this
Original
fucking-
The
U-Turn or
characters were too
remake?
complex for you to give ratings for. That's why.
Original U-Turn or remake?
No. Sadie
There's a
Sink just
remake?
played Max.
think
I
it
can
came
give
out like
her a
2 years ago.
rating.
Really?
Yeah.
You're talking about the Jennifer Lopez movie?
U-Turn?
Or you're talking about The Wrong Turn?
I think he's talking about Wrong
I don't
Turn.
remember.
You're talking about Wrong Turn.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
talking
sure
about
he's
U-Turn
talking
about-
from the Jennifer Lopez movie.
Hey, let me ask you a question. There's this movie I've been trying to remember.
It's got her and Sean Penn. It's a bizarre fucking film. I saw it as a 5-year-old and it made me have the biggest hots for.
So it's when
for
Jennifer Lopez was still hot.
Oh my god!
So-
I might have to check it out. Then.
Pretty much.
Listen, hold on, Chris.
But
you
no,
know-
no. But the movie made me hate her. Everyone. I hated fucking what's his name? Billy Bob Thornton. Oh my god, I wanted to kill
Billy
him.
Bob Thornton is the man,
I
bro.
wanna
He banged
fucking
Halle
murder-
Berry on camera.
I wanted to fucking murder him in that.
So,
fucking
Hey, I've been trying to remember this movie and I can't. And you're a huge movie buff. You might actually know it. It has Edward from Twilight, and it basically is like him taking care of his sister.
It's called The Batman.
No, she's getting bullied at school, and then it ends with him like going to like
Robert
he got a
Pattinson?
job, huh?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. And then like it ends with him basically getting this job interview thing, and it's the World Trade Center, and it ends with the
Oh,
plane coming
dude,
with it.
I don't know
It's
that movie.
Wikipedia.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know about the movie.
What is
but
that movie called? I've been trying to remember.
I don't know, but I heard
It's
it
called
lost a lot
Twilight.
of people as soon as that happened.
It's called Twilight. After he
As soon
broke,
as the ending happened, I heard a lot of people were just like checked out.
after
And a
he-
lot of people did. They're like, oh.
after he broke up with the whore in
So-
Twilight, he went
so-
to go work at the Trade
I
Center.
remember watching it when Netflix would send you the DVDs.
Yeah,
we
no,
watched
I-
it exactly once, and I remember my whole family hated it because
Damn,
of
that's
that
a
ending.
long time
Yeah,
ago.
no, a
bro.
lot of
And-
people did.
And I was like, oh my
Netflix did
God.
DVDs. What the
Yeah, it's very intensive.
Yeah,
Hold on.
and I was just like,
Yeah,
I remember that
so,
because it stuck with
well,
me. I
hold
was
on.
like, Dad, what's this
Hold
plane
on,
going
Damien
to
has
where
some
this
announcement he has to make.
And I
make.
learned about 9/11.
I just want to make one final comment on this movie. You know how much I hated this movie, Chris? What's the one movie we said we were not going to go see this weekend?
Dungeons and Dragons.
I enjoyed Dungeons and Dragons 10 times as much as I enjoyed the fucking whale.
Well,
He had to pay $5 to watch this movie.
I paid-
but I paid $35 to go watch
That's
it.
right, and I enjoyed that way more.
I told you.
so why Corey is jumping up and down at that revolutionary bombshell? Join us
Doesn't mean I
next
enjoyed
week.
D&D.
Yes,
Join
it
us
does.
next week
Yes,
as
it
we
does.
try and avoid getting a cease and desist from Nintendo as we review the Mario movie.